I built this PC for my father-in-law a few years ago. Recently, he moved on to using Chromebooks exclusively, and he was going to get rid of the PC, so I asked him if I could have it instead of sending it to the dump. So we brought it here, and I've been using it for Kodi and Steam, and it's okay. But the case is a bit small, and it runs pretty loudly. It's also a bit ugly because of some stickers that were added to it, and the DVD drive lost its cover while he still had it. So I decided we needed to change this to a bigger case, one that wouldn't be as loud, that would look nicer, and since I'm using this for Steam, would allow me to eventually add in a full-size graphics card so that I could play better games on here. Right now, the integrated graphics card just doesn't do it. Most games need to either be streamed from my Windows computer or need to be really low spec. So now, let's go take a look at the case that I got instead. So now, let's take a look at the case that I got to replace this one. Alright, so here I am. I've got the Silverstone Grandia series GD09. It says it is the perfect HTPC case for everyone. We'll see if that's really true, but I'm definitely excited about how much more space this is going to give me on the inside. Compared to that Silverstone case that I have there. Alright, so here we go. So it says, please read these instructions. And then it's in like a million different languages. So I think they just mean read the instructions that are on the inside. It's in German, Spanish, French, Italian, Russian, and then I think Chinese, Japanese, Korean. I'm not sure what the third Asian script there is. So let's pull this thing out. Comes out a lot more easily than the next case did last time. Alright. Ooh, look at this puppy. It looks nice. Ooh, and these things let it go higher and lower. It's got some nubs on the back. Yeah, look at that. So I'm not going to put the DVD back in there because we never used that on that case. So it's got a grill up here. It's got a fan over here and space for another fan here. There is a filter on there, which should help with the dust. That's another problem I've had with the previous case. It's gotten a lot of dust inside. Here we have a bunch of these card slots, and we've got one here that's horizontal. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe for HTPC cases sometimes they have it so that you can mount some stuff above. So we've got some more exhaust over here. Here's where the power supply is going to go, and more fans with filters, washable filters, which is really nice. Actually, there isn't a fan there, but there could be a fan there. But I guess the filter would also help with the power supply fan not getting too dusty. So that is pretty neat. And there are instructions in here. Tied to something. This case has screws, not thumb screws, to open it. So let's see here. Let's get my screwdriver out. So it looks like it should lift up, but it's not. There we go. Kind of goes out and up. There we go. So we've got a SSD tray up here. It looks like it could also fit a normal size hard drive, but SSD could go there if you don't have an optical drive. And here's a twisty tie with the instructions. So they came with some zip ties, a whole bunch of screws, some little grommets. So there's the, here's all the front panel things, the USB headers, the audio, headphones, and all that stuff. Okay. And over here is a fan connector. So I am going to get started transferring the other. Oh, and it has stand-ins already for the motherboard. So I'm going to get started on that, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so we have the new case here, and the first thing we have to do is remove the DVD and hard drive cage, which I'm going to do now. That's because we have to remove this crossbar here, and this is attached to the crossbar. So I will do that. I figured this time didn't really need to see me removing the old computer from its case. So I don't mind the fact that I'm cut off here because I wanted to focus a little more on the computer itself. So if you decide not to do a DVD drive, you could have a 2.5-inch drive here. There's also one that attaches to the bottom, and you can attach a 2.5 drive to, I think, the wall over here. I'd have to look at the instruction manual again, but I think it has like a drive being installed there, which I might do if it will take a 3.5 drive. So I took that off, and now I have to take off the crossbar. I'm just going to follow the instructions because this is different than the standard cases that I normally work with. This has one up here. Okay. And that comes right off. Okay. Alright, so the next step it has me doing is installing the power supply. Now, if you look here, we've got a pretty big hole for our power supply. But because of the old case I have a pretty small, pretty thin power supply. It'll screw in, but it's not going to be full size, which means I can always have a bigger one in the future. I'm going to put it this way so that it's either exhausting or pulling air in from the side rather than from the case. So whether it's exhausting hot air or pulling in new air, it's not doing hot air. Alright, so came with a bunch of screws. Open it up. And if I look back at the, let's see, motherboard, so power supply. It's the I6 screw. So unlike some other building things, it doesn't really show me exactly which ones those are. So I'll have to kind of guess a little. It is the one of which there should be a bunch of. And it has a flat top. So I'm gonna try this one, see if this one will attach. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. I need a slightly larger bit, so let me migrate to this screwdriver over here. There we go. All right. It seems to be going in. Hold it into place there. I'll grab another one that looks like it. Attach the bottom. There's probably some kind of adapter I could buy that would deal with the fact that this doesn't, you know, some kind of faceplate I could buy that would deal with the fact that this is too small over here. Okay, that's held in pretty securely, so I'm not too worried. Plus this thing doesn't really move. It's always just staying right there in the dining room. All right, so that's in. And now we're supposed to put in the faceplate. Thankfully the faceplate is the right size. Let's see. I need it to be this way. I always get a little uneasy about faceplates because they're made of like some very bendy metal, and I'm always afraid of destroying it. Alright, next goes my motherboard. Not sure if my standoffs are in the right place. I'll have to check that, because this case supports a few different size motherboards. Separate the various things here. Alright, so if I put this over here where it fits, basically just like that. So on the plus side, I'm gonna have a fan right here cooling off. And if I install the second fan, it'd be nice and cool. It's much larger fans than the case I had before, so this computer should be a lot quieter than before. Let's see, some of these things got bent out. Alright, so that standoff is in the right place, that standoff's in the right place, that one's in the right place. Alright. So I don't think there are any standoffs where they shouldn't be, which is good. I don't want to short anything. I'll make sure to count my standoffs before and after to make sure I've gotten all of them. Put that fan cable off to the side. Alright, I need a tool I've never had to use before. Oops, not that one. Is it this one that's supposed to fit these? Yep. That gets that one loose. Oops. Definitely don't need that standoff there. I do need this standoff way over here. There's the power supply. Where's my... Alright, I'm going to need to attach these to each other. So I basically got this socket wrench attachment thing. Okay. So... let's see here. So I need 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. and there, and then the back. So right now I don't think I have any of the back row filled out. Let me see. So if I put this where it belongs, I'm missing one more over here, so I can attach that one. Let me bring you guys in a little closer here. Oops, one of my legs came loose. Okay. So boom, boom, boom. Now, I need one more. I think it's the further one. This one here, yep, the further one. I need to do my back row standoffs. Which for this one are the second to last row. Let me grab some standoffs and put those in. And it's just two holes for this motherboard. Alright, now like I said, this got a little bit messed up when I was moving it and putting it back in, so gotta make sure I don't short any of this when I put it back now. There we go. Oh, look at that, nice fit, very nice. Very perfect, alright. That'll stay in place once I screw it in. I'm gonna have to, don't really have a better location at the moment, sorry about that. So, screw C, so it should be the same type of screw I used for the power supply. Nice flat, kind of longish screw. So, I'll put these in. Doesn't take too many turns to get it to go in. Oh, cool. So I can see the bottom here, and I can double check where the standoffs were put in. Let me grab a few more standoff screws here. One over here. Generally speaking, once you've done one computer, you've done them all. But each case has its little things that are slightly different. The little, like the last case I did, the next case had those really annoying grommets with the hard drive. It was just a little more annoying than it had to be. This one's going to be a real pain to get right. Let's see here. Have to nudge it into place. Maybe I can use the tweezers to put them in place. Probably not. It's probably gonna fall. So it's magnetized, but not. There we go. Perfect. Very good. All right, 3 more. No, 2 more, because the back on this one is only 2 more. One more. Last one. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right. So I've got that in. So now it says I can install a 2.5-inch drive to the floor of the case. That would be over here somewhere. So I can install a 3.5 right here. It says with a bracket. Let me see. Oh, I see. You know what? Why not? Because why not have better flow in here and not worry about putting that in? So here's my 3.5 drive. I don't want the cables facing out that way. Let me get the bracket. Right. And I have to figure out which are my 3.5-inch screws, man. Alright, so 3.5, it's like a screw and then like a little blank spot afterwards. So, is it that? No, that can't be right. That's way too, is it? No, it could also be the motherboard ones. I think that's if I'm using the thing over there. Alright, so how exactly does this go? Ah, to the bottom here. Oh, look at that. I never noticed that even 3.5 drives, 3.5-inch drives have screws down here. Look at that. Cool, cool, cool. So, let's get another batch of those same screws we've been using for everything. Afraid. Let's see. Put that in. Oops. Alright. Nope, that is not the right type of screw. This one is. Oh, good. Caught it before it fell. Should allow the drive to benefit from better cooling from that fan in there. And it looks like I have space for yet another, so I could fit like 2 more pretty large fans in here, which means I'd be able to cool the case without too much noise. But next time I replace the hard drive in here, I'm gonna do it with a 2.5-inch drive, so there shouldn't really be too much need for too much cooling, at least until I get to the point where I'm adding in some kind of a graphics card, which won't be for a while. Because my idea there is to there's like some foam in here that's keeping it in place, which should help reduce any vibrations, which is nice. All right. So when I replace the 1060 I just bought for my Windows computer, then I will put that on my Linux computer and take the 750
from my Linux computer and put it in here. And at that point, that should make this a pretty decent Steam machine. I think. Most likely have to replace the power supply at that point to be a little bit stronger to power the graphics card. But that's a few years off. So, you know, I just bought the 1060 this year, or actually I didn't buy it, I got it as a gift, but I just got the 1060 this year. And so it'll be a little while before it has to be replaced. But I was happy to go with 1060 because there's not as much of a problem with replacing it later and feeling like so much money was wasted compared to buying a 1080. Uh-oh. Don't want any loose screws because that can definitely cause issues with shorts. We don't want any shorts. Alright, look at that. So it's right here. Yep, you can see it. Very cool. I really like this design a lot. Silverstone makes really good cases. Now I'm replacing a Lian Li case. Lian Li makes really substantial cases. Like the case that I'm replacing this from is a heavy metallic beast. But it wasn't as nice of a case as this one. This is a much nicer case. In terms of working with it, in terms of having space for my drives. This is spinning way too much. Is it going in there? Oops. It's stuck there. Though I could see it maybe vibrating loose. I'm not super convinced. Let me try the middle screw as well, just to be on the safe side with this drive. Plus, there are 3 slots here. Might as well use them all. No, that definitely feels super loose. That is going to fall right out. Is there a longer screw I could use, maybe? Let's see. Perhaps? Nope. Uh-oh. Gotta get this screw out. What is it rolling around in? It's back here somewhere. There it is. Got it. Alright. I think this is gonna stay well enough. Not gonna worry about any more screws. Lost my instruction manual here. Alright. So that's done. So now it tells you to put any expansion cards you're going to put in, which I'm not. Your optical drives, which I'm not. Alright. Reinstall the center brace. Let's do that. no.
I found it.
I have to be extra careful so that doesn't happen again. All right. Very nice. Okay. All right. And it says to connect all the data and power cables and close it up. Okay. So, time to hook up the cables. Let's see, let's start over here with the simplest one, the fan. So, let's see, first of all, are there any fan connectors here? No. I would need an adapter of some sort. Okay. So I'm just going to connect it to this fan port here on the motherboard. Okay. Which means, of course, I won't have any control, but I don't have anything fancy going on here. I'll use this zip tie that came with it to tie it back up. So in the end, I mean twisty tie, not zip tie. This is gonna wanna be pulled into there, isn't it? Hopefully it'll stay still. If not, I might need to zip tie it to the crossbar if it wants to come out. Okay. So let's see these things. So these are all I'm gonna want to Velcro tie them later. But for the moment, I'm just gonna route them to the right place, which for these guys was over there. Yep, over there by the SATA ports. Okay. So, sorry, I'm gonna get in the way over here. If I look carefully. This is where I can really use my magnifying glass. Which I haven't bought yet, but I would like to buy soon. Okay, I think I've got it. Reset is here. Power is next to it. If this doesn't power on, I'm gonna have to consult the manual for the motherboard. I've got the power LEDs and the HDD LEDs. Alright, I think the hard drive goes on the bottom. The power ones go on the top here. Okay, that takes care of those. For here, I've got this giant chunk. Oh, and I've got... Sorry, I lost you there at some point. I was not paying attention to the video there. Okay, I was trying to plug in power, which doesn't reach now. Dag nabbit. Well, I'll have to move that over then, because it's just a little short. Which kind of sucks, because it means it's not going to blow the air directly out or pull it directly in, but I'll rectify that at some point when I get a bigger power supply. That's only going to be held by one screw, but I think I'm okay with that because this thing doesn't really move anywhere. It's a little looser than I'd prefer, but that's okay. Let's get this connected. So there we go. I was like, you're so close, so far. That is really tight. Huh. Son of a gun. Okay. Let's get this puppy plugged in. Luckily, that's not as much of a stretch. Alright. Now put these over here in the corner. Over here. And SATA to the hard drive. Okay. And SATA data cable. Okay, SATA over here. Okay. So it's not the tidiest at the moment, but it's not too bad. Alrighty. Pretty sure that's everything. Let's close her up and I'm gonna go try her out. See ya. So, as you can hear, it's much, much quieter than the previous one, and looks much nicer here. Doesn't it fit in so much nicer as a component? And I decided not to go with the DVD drive since I never actually use it for anything. If Kdenlive doesn't freak out, I will post a comparison so you can see just how different it looks.
for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, be sure to click the subscribe button. I also enjoy comments, so feel free to leave one below. I have a pretty eclectic channel, so here on the right you'll see a selection of other videos you might enjoy, including from other categories than the video you just saw.